Hey, brothers and sisters. So, today I'm sharing three crucial dating rules for young Christian couples who want to honor God in their relationship while also building a strong, loving connection. So, if you're ready to navigate dating in a way that aligns with your faith and still allows for meaningful romance, stay tuned. I'm Kellyanne Gonzalez, your go to faith based content and dating coach, and I'm passionate about helping God's people not only craft their content, but also their love lives. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you're looking for godly advice on dating, you're in the right place. So let's dive right in with rule number one. So, rule number one, keep Christ at the center of your relationship. This verse, but seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well, is from Matthew 6:33. We have to remember that as Christians, we are called to seek God first in everything we do, and that includes our romantic relationships. In my own experience, I've coached couples who are struggling and often find that they're not regularly praying together. It's not just you and God when you're in a relationship. It's you, God, and your significant other, especially if you two are headed towards a season of marriage or if you're already married. A couple I worked with recently started doing weekly devotions and saw a huge improvement in their relationship dynamics. Keeping Christ at the center means praying together, attending church, and supporting each other's spiritual growth. When you invite God into your relationship, it builds a foundation that's grounded on more than just emotions. So, as some tips, try setting aside time for weekly Bible study together or make a habit of praying over each other. When your relationship is centered on Christ, you're much more equipped to handle challenges and grow together spiritually. So, now that we've covered keeping Christ at the center, let's move on to another critical aspect of a godly relationship: setting boundaries. So, that's rule number two: set clear boundaries and communicate openly. This verse, it is God's will that you should be sanctified, that you should avoid sexual immorality, that each of you should learn to control your own body in a way that is holy and honorable. That is from 1 Thessalonians 4, verses 3 to 4. So the Bible teaches us about the importance of purity, but setting boundaries isn't just about physical limits, although that's probably one of the more challenging limits to discuss. It's also about emotional and spiritual boundaries. So you both need to be on the same page regarding your expectations and values. I remember working with a young couple I coached who hadn't talked about their emotional boundaries. Those pop up too. It's not just physical. Once they had that conversation on emotional boundaries, it really helped them avoid any misunderstandings that were causing some tension. And in my own experience, my husband and I certainly struggled in the beginning with our sexual relationship. He and I weren't Christians when we first met, and setting those boundaries in terms of what we were both comfortable with physically and what would also honor God most importantly, it wasn't until that we strengthened our relationship, both individually and together with Christ, that our relationship truly blossomed and we were able to set those God honoring boundaries. So it's not always an easy conversation. It's one of the toughest conversations, I think, to have in any blossoming relationship, but it is a necessary one. So sit down early in your relationship and have an open conversation about what you're comfortable with physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Having that clear communication helps prevent misunderstandings, keeps both of you accountable, and ensures you're building a relationship that reflects God's standards. With clear boundaries in place, it's important to remember that relationships don't need to be rushed. So, speaking of rush, let's talk about trusting God's timing. That is rule number three. Don't rush. Trust God's timing. There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. That's from Ecclesiastes 3:1. In today's fast-paced world and in a world that seems to think that being casual, especially sexually casual, is okay and moving fast is okay and I want it on my time, it's easy to feel pressured to move quickly in a relationship. But as a Christian, we have to remember that God's timing is perfect. And maybe it means that our relationship has to move a little bit slower than we want. He knows when you're both ready for each stage of the relationship, whether that's depending on your commitment or moving towards engagement and marriage. Instead of comparing your relationship to others, focus on growing together at the pace that feels right for both of you. And more importantly, one that honors God. If you trust in His plan, you'll find that everything you do is under His covering, and you'll find peace even in seasons of waiting. So, brothers and sisters, there you have it. Those are the 3 essential dating rules I would advise for any young Christian couple. I pray that these tips help you build a relationship that honors God and brings you both closer in faith and love. So if you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more faith-based dating and content coaching advice. If you want to see any specific videos on any topic or have any questions, write your comments below and I'll be happy to address them. And for the couples out there, let me know. What's one way you and your partner have invited Christ into your relationship? Write it in the comments below. And I just want to say again, thank you for watching. And until next time, I pray that your relationship continues to reflect God's love and His perfect plan for your life. God bless. Take care. Bye for now.